Yeah, it's a good thing you took it like that because honestly, that's exactly what it was. I get it now. I see why it felt like bullying, because it absolutely was. I'm not saying she sat down and schemed it out step by step, but the second she pulled that stunt, it didn't matter what her intention was. The impact? Pure intimidation. Straight up power move with no class. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, send this video to someone who needs a good laugh, and of course, drop your thoughts in the comments because today, ... Oh yeah, we're talking about her, Tiffany. Miss Super Mayor in her own imagination now. She loves throwing them like she's running Coachella. But here's the reality. Nobody comes. Even when she manages to book actual celebrities for her Taste of Thornton event, how many people pulled up? 7. That's it. Weren't just random community folks. These were handpicked guests. She invited them directly, probably even begged. That's who showed up to feel the vibes. So when Tiffany went all in, hyping it up like it was going to be the biggest event in the township's history, it gave nothing but delusion. It's like someone who just finished 3 plates of food, had dessert before dinner, and still walks up to the buffet like they're starving. Is Tiffany hungry for attention in ways reality just can't satisfy? In her head, she's a legend. In real life, she's a walking meme. Which is exactly why she thought she was coasting toward another big win. But what did she get? Washed, like completely, total landslide. The fantasy she built in her mind and the actual numbers at the polls? Bro, not even close. Now, let's get to this last stunt she pulled. There was a guy in town, Darren Bosley, who's been running a legit car show every year. People love it. Crowds show up. The energy's real. Probably because Tiffany's never had her hands in it. So what does she do? She tries to block his event and reroute his crowd to hers. It's like forget his car, show come party with me instead. Her whole strategy. Hijack the momentum and act like she's the reason people came out. At this point, stealing shine might as well be listed as her profession. She doesn't build, she piggybacks. Now let's talk about what happened next, because this part, not just peaty, it's downright wild. The South Suburban Car Show ends up getting shut down. Why? Because someone dropped giant concrete barricades at the park entrance. You read that right? Blocks of concrete. Now the park district is pointing fingers directly at Tiffany, saying it was sabotaged and they're thinking about suing her for it. And honestly, they should. This is beyond childish, it's dangerous. 4. 8 years, Bosley's been hosting that event at Needles Park without a single issue. This year, he did everything by the book. Paid the $1,000 permit fee, reserved the space, got all his paperwork in, and then out of nowhere, boom, he gets a call from Tiffany's top aide. And let's be real, we all know who's lurking behind. That curtain, it's giving Kamal all day. I'm not saying he pulled the strings personally, but come on, if anyone was in her ear gassing her up like. If you merge your event with the car show, everyone will think they came for you. It was him now. Any decent leader would have reached out to Bosley directly and said, hey, your show's amazing. Let's team up. But Tiffany, nah, she doesn't move like that. See real car shows. Have culture. They've got energy. The people come for the atmosphere. Tiffany's events, they're stale, they're forced. That's why she's literally bribing people with flat-screen TVs just to show up. And honestly, I'd pull up too for the free TV and the comedy show she calls leadership. So yeah, she tried to co-opt his event. Told him if he moved it to her location on Greenwood, everything would be just fine. And let's not sugarcoat it, yeah. That sounded like a threat, because it was a threat. She wanted to force him into merging, so she could stand in front of the cameras and take credit. Again, not saying she planned it as bullying, but when you look at the tactics she used, that's exactly what it was. Tiffany out here acting like she's running some kind of political mafia. Like she's untouchable. Like she's calling shots from a throne that doesn't even exist anymore. And now, after all that mess, she's probably laying low in her parents' basement trying to figure out her next move. Actually, better question, where is Tiffany? What is Tiffany? WHY is Tiffany? Because at this point, she's not a mayor. She's not a leader. She's not even a decent event planner. She's just a storyline, a walking headline, a cautionary tale. And somehow, she still doesn't get it. So Saturday morning rolls around. Bosley pulls up to the park, probably thinking he's about to get things set up early like he always does. But what's waiting for him? Giant slabs of concrete? Not cones, not rope, not signs. Concrete barricades like he just showed up to a war zone instead of a car show. And as if that wasn't enough, Dolton police standing by with orders to tow any vehicle that even thought about parking near there. Like, what is this? A car show or a hostage situation? At this point, it's not even about cars, it's about control. You've got the Park District, which operates separately from the village, now caught up in a full-blown turf war. Why? Because Tiffany Henyard couldn't stomach being outshined. And let's be honest, we know she gave that order. Just close your eyes and picture it. Her out there at 2 a.m. in a reflective vest. It's pointing and directing like she's laying the foundation for the Pentagon. You know she was talking slick too, probably saying stuff like, "Put one right there so they know I ain't playing." It's Tiffany energy all day. Park District President Cleo Jones. He wasn't playing either. Came out swinging. Said it clear. Mayor Henyard has zero jurisdiction over Park District property. That land isn't under her control. And he didn't mince words. He said it felt like sabotage. Why? Because her house music event was happening down the block. At the exact same time? And he's right, she didn't want any attention pulled from her flop fest. She needed a scapegoat. And Bosley's successful, community-supported car show? Perfect target. And let's not forget, this isn't her first stunt. Remember when she used taxpayer money to organize a PR march to Springfield? Called it a charity effort, but it was all about her name and lights. Fox 32 dragged her for that one. Imagine spending public money to stage your own applause and call it service. That's not leadership. It's manipulation. If I could say one thing to Tiffany, get it together. This chaos you're creating isn't strength, it's recklessness. Real folks are using their own money and their own time to uplift this community. Here you are swinging wrecking balls just to keep the spotlight on yourself. For what? Likes. Headlines. Some fake clout. Try telling that to her face, though. She hit you with the same empty line she always does. I care about the people. Girl, you couldn't even pretend to care, right? She said it once and couldn't even keep eye contact. That's how hollow it was. And the part that's really maddening. She had it made. Tiffany was raking in nearly $400,000 a year. And instead of serving the community, she turned that role into a cash funnel for herself, for her boyfriend, for her crew. Sent $100,000 to Leotis, turned the whole thing into a friends and family scheme. She had it all, and still, she blew it. She couldn't tone it down. She couldn't move smart. She went full dictator. And now, she's fumbling everything. Of course, the village of Dolton hasn't said a word about this latest mess. Dead silent. No statements. No accountability. But the Park District president? He's loud and clear. And now, they're considering legal action. Against Tiffany and the village. As they should. She's crossed so many lines at this point, the map doesn't even show them anymore. There's a reason why lawsuits follow her like shadows. And does she care? She just shrugs, says it's the village being sued, not me. Keeps cashing checks like nothing's wrong. But here's the twist. We might not know exactly where she is right now, but someone does. The feds? You think they're not watching? You think they missed this? Please. They've got timestamps, receipts, wire transfers, and patience. And when they pull the trigger, it won't be with warning. It'll be with force. It's cold, calculated. And final. So yeah, let her think she's still running things. Let her pose for photos, smile for the gram, throw her little house parties. But that knock, it's coming. Anyway, I'm out. But as always, Mama loves you. Stay sharp, stay woke, and stay ready. Peace.